Okay, one more. Yay. Okay, there you are. That's all right. That's good. Yeah, 90-minute workout. I'm gonna get this started. This is a kind of a late start today. I was hoping to get on this by like 10 this morning. No. Why do I hear feedback? I don't know. Screw it. All right. Yeah, that's looking good. Actually, I'm gonna change this a little bit more. There we go. All right. I'm just gonna start the workout. Going up to 4% grade. I wonder if you could. Yeah, you don't really see it. And going up to 2.4 miles an hour for a minute. Where's the timer? All right, so a minute. Yeah. So Saturday I'm doing my first fundraiser, and I think I might modify the campaign page on Tiltify. I think I might have to edit it somewhat. None of this really has any polish to it. You know something. Oh shit, what did I do? I don't think I did anything. Alright, yeah. Going up to 2.8 miles an hour. This is just the warm up. I'm doing this for a minute. So Saturday, I'm going to be on this thing all day. This is as much a stress test for the treadmill as it is for me. More for the treadmill. But yeah, the fundraiser is for Rainbow Railroad, and I gotta promote it. I gotta start doing that. Today's Wednesday, yeah. So it's on Saturday. So I have shit. See, I gotta go into work tonight and tomorrow night without a doubt. Let's see. I'm taking Friday off. Obviously, I'm going to be off Saturday. Going up to 3.2? Yeah. And doing that for 90 seconds. The warm-ups and the cool-offs on Saturday are going to be much shorter. They're only going to be about 3 minutes. And it's just going to go 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, and then into the 4 mile an hour walks. Last night I made I was trying to make a video, promote it to ask for Sigma boosts on the internet, you know, whether it's X or Blue Sky or I'm really new to Blue Sky. I gotta make a link for it. I can just click. I'm such a fucking boomer. Everything I type it into Google and the last night I tried to make that video and I was trying to read off a script and it just sounded like, you know, it's an unnatural way of me to speak. So I decided to do a live stream. It wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't do anything fucking stupid. All right, going up to 3.6 for 90 seconds. Yeah, starting off, it's like I'm definitely going to warm up. I might do a mile or two just to like get my legs going and feel, you know. I'm going to have to do something about food too. Keep some things around I can just like gobble down while I'm on the machine. So I'll be doing 4 miles an hour for an hour, then taking a 6-minute rest, and then repeating that over and over and over until I can't do it anymore. And I hope that's how it ends, you know, with me just unable to go any further. The treadmill's still working 100%. I'm more worried about that than any problems I might have. Going up to 4 miles an hour now, and I'm going to do that for 20 minutes. I got to change this workout too. This week, I wanted to start going up to 4.6 miles an hour. Currently, shit, you know, maybe I can do that today. Yeah, I'll do 20 minutes at 4.3 instead of 4.2, and then 20 minutes at 4.6 instead of 4.4. Because one of the rewards for the fundraiser is turning up the speed on the treadmill. I got to get timers because I'm gonna. Well, you see, this asshole thing, I don't trust it. This is what's going to be counting the mileage. I trust the odometer on the treadmill more than I trust this. Look. And you might be wondering, you know, why a treadmill? Why not just go for a walk? I don't want to get run over. I don't really walk anywhere anymore because I'm afraid of getting run over. I really am. It's funny. Never had that fear before. Maybe it's since I've been doing deliveries. I'm just worried about getting run over by door dashers. Oh, excuse me. The treadmill feels good though. I haven't lubricated the what do they call that? The conveyor belt, the track bed, whatever they call it, the foot bed. I don't, whatever. I haven't lubricated it in like 2 or 3 weeks, but it feels like it doesn't need it. But I'm wondering Saturday if that's going to change. I wanted to kick things off by donating $100 myself. I'm not going to have it. Maybe I can do something else though. You know, or just like a $50 or something like that. 100 would have been cool. But the goal excuse me, is set at only $1,000. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah. There are two goals listed. One is, the funds being raised. The other is the mileage. The mileage is set to 26 miles. And at 4 miles an hour, I feel I can do that. I did 21 not too long ago, like about 3-4 weeks ago, when I first started, really you know what it is? I got in touch with Rainbow Railroad, sent them an email, and I didn't hear back from them. They were the only charity I reached out to. They were the first one on the list, and they seemed to be like in line with what the reason why I'm doing this. So I didn't hear from them for like a week and a half, and I figured, all right, maybe I'll figure something else out. And then I got an email. I was like really excited about it. I replied, and they said, yeah, we like your idea, endurance-based treadmill thing. Set it up on Tiltify. So I'm setting it up on Tiltify. Well, I set it up on Tiltify, but I have to go back to Rainbow Railroad's website and do it according to like some of their specifications, like putting their logo up and shit. I gotta start watching my mouth. So Saturday, I'm going to try to be on my best behavior. Although after 26 miles, I might spice up the rewards a little bit. For a certain amount of money, you make a donation. I'll slam a beer. And I'll get 3 6-packs and put them in the fridge. I'll have to get the beers when I'm taking on the rest, the 6-minute rests. But if like 2 or 3 people want to see me slam 2 or 3 beers, I'll just put them right on the desk. And when the what do you call it? When that leg of the fundraiser starts, start tossing them back. I'm not going to slam them though, because after I slam like 6 beers, I'm useless. I'm on the floor, stumbling around and shit. So maybe I'll save that for Veterans Day. Labor Day is in September. So I'm thinking if there's any charities specifically for laborers, like a fund for injured laborers or something like that, but it's going to be, it'll end up being through a union. Start a charity for non-union laborers. That's what I was. Okay. I was looking for the remote for the ceiling fan. But this is what the fundraiser is going to look like, except there's going to be like a little readout here and down here and over there, and miles per hour, and what's the other one? The money raised and the Rainbow Railroad logo and every little bit of like Fitbit stuff. It's going to be a little different though, because I'm going to have the windows open, and it's probably going to be noisy because I'm going to have 2 fans going. I don't know how to do like, we do like the split screen collaboration stuff if like anybody else wanted to come on and say something. But I gotta be careful with that. I got like no moderator. So somebody could like come on and like do something wrong. And I mean, I laugh at it because when you think about it, on like a fictional level, it's funny. But when it's brought into reality, the humor is kind of lost. I'll never forget though that it's one movie when I was a kid. I remember it really wasn't that funny, but I laughed my ass off anyway. It was called Up the Academy. And I think it was either by Mad Magazine or National Lampoon, but it was a movie for kids, but like raunchy humor. It took place at a military academy, and they had like the guy from Animal House, the militant guy, the guy who ended up being in the Twisted Sister videos. Is that a Twisted Sister pin on your uniform? Drop and give me 20. But yeah, I think it was actually him. But his phrase was, "You stick out like a turd in a punch bowl." And he would just, he says it like 3 or 4 times. It becomes his, his line. So there's the big party at the end, the ball, cotillion, I think they're called, some shit like that. And the kids decide they're gonna, prank the shit out of everyone. And I remember the Niedermeyer, that was his name. The Niedermeyer guy, he looks and he's like, "Dear God, there's a turd in the punch bowl," and there it is, a little floater in the punch bowl. And I forgot the fucking point I was trying to make. Oh. So yeah, I gotta remember, this leg of the workout is done in 8 minutes, and I gotta remember to go up to 4.3 instead of 4.2. But today I'll be trying out 4.6 miles an hour. I mean, honestly, you'll be able to boost my speed for $10 on the the Fundraiser. So up to a speed of 4.6 miles an hour because I don't want to get winded. But 4.6 is a pretty good clip. So this boost lasts for 4 minutes. And $10 by 0.1 miles an hour. So $60. And I might do it for 6 minutes instead of 4. I don't know. See, 4 minutes, you can do it 15 times. 6 minutes, you can only do it 10 times. We'll see. We should just do it 5 minutes. Easier to time and shit. And you still get 12. So should I do it like 0.2 miles an hour then? Yeah, maybe I'll boost it. I'm gonna go edit it. Oh, yeah. It'll be 0.2 miles an hour for 5 minutes instead of 4 minutes. You know, 0.1 miles an hour for 4 minutes. See this old fart move his feet. I might raise the price to $20 too. Fuck it. 20 is the new 10. I heard people saying 50 is the new 20. And it's kind of like a double entendre sort of thing. Because, you know, people in their 50s nowadays are in much better shape than they were, you know, years back. But also inflation. $50 will take you about as much as 20 used to. So So Saturday I'm not going to be babbling. I'm going to be conserving my breath, trying to be as efficient with gas exchange as I can be. And I'm going to take hits off my inhaler like every 3 or 4 hours. I'm going to take caffeine pills. I'm going to change my clothes like every 2 hours too. The physical thing that I'm worried about the most is chafing. I'm not worried about my knees giving out or my ankles or my hips. I'm not worried about muscle cramps. Sometimes I get that cramp in my side when I walk too far, but I haven't had that in a long time. My upper body workout has my arms and shoulders feeling like they've been worked. It feels good. My chest feels nice and tight. I was doing floor flies. It doesn't sound like much. I used to do 12 pounds, now I'm up to 15 pounds. And I do like 16 reps. Felt good. I also do floor presses, and those are 20 pounds, and I'll do between 16 and 20. When it comes to reps, I try to do them in blocks of 4, but if I have to stop at like 13 or 15 or 11, it doesn't bother me. But I like to do even numbers for whatever reason. Funny thing is, I almost always do 3 sets. So. With the lunges, I'm not doing lunges this week. Usually I do them on Thursday. Lunges, I do 6 sets. I do 3 sets with forward lat raise, and I do 3 sets with this kind of lat raise. I used to work in this kind of lat raise, but I figured I had to cut one of them out, so I cut out the middle guy. 2 minutes going up to 4.3. Is 6 minutes or 5 minutes? I'm gonna spice up the reward a little bit. 0.1 miles an hour just feels like bullshit. 0.2. 4 minutes felt like bullshit too. 5 minutes feels like something. 6 minutes would feel like more, of course, but 5 minutes, yeah. $20 buys 0.2 miles an hour for 5 minutes. 300 seconds. 45 seconds. Actually, if each block, each hour-long block of the fundraiser starts with a 3-minute warm-up and ends with a 3-minute cool-off, so it'll be 66 minutes with a 6-minute, wow, it's gonna be a long day. 4.3 miles an hour for 20 minutes. I was going up 0.2 mile an hour increments during the workout. 0.3, you feel it. A lot more than you do at 4.2. And it almost sounds like something you'd say, well, duh. But the thing is, though, it doesn't really sound like all that much. But the thing is, though, at 4.6 miles an hour, you increase that to 4.8. I can't do it for more than like 10 minutes. And then I'm bordering on getting winded, or I'd have to turn it down. So that's why I max it out at 4.6. But the last time I did 4.6, I think I only did it for 10 minutes. So we'll find out. Maybe if 4.6 is too much, I might have to reduce it to 4.5. Bring it back down to $10 and make it 0.1 for 5 minutes. $4.3 feels good. I love pumping my legs. Ooh. The video I made last night, I don't even know if I should post it. I should just make another one. I sat down trying to read a script, and it felt too unnatural. But the thing is, though, as usual, when I did the live stream, I started babbling. I also had like 3 or 4 beers. Now the thing is that I'm on a 4% grade, and Saturday I'm going to be on a 2% grade, and the grade is really to save my knees than to provide resistance. So there are 3 rewards. There's, you can speed up my treadmill. You can get a mile dedicated to you. I think that's like $50. Expensive shit. The thing is, though, I'm not going to be talking while I'm walking. But for $50, I dedicate the mile to you at that particular point. Read whatever message you have, within reason, of course. The thing is, though, I know I'm not going to do it. I go to these drinking servers on Discord, and they just go fucking nuts. There are some good people there who just like need to let loose, but then there's some fucking psychos, and it's fucking great. And you know, I go on camera. You know, I'm a attention whore, but I can imagine them coming up with like really fucked up things to say to me, for me to say, you know, dedicating a mile. I'm not even gonna try to give examples. So still, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, the other, I think for $25 you get a post to whatever social media. For me, it would just be on YouTube. And maybe X. I have like X. I'm kind of a lurker. Every once in a while, I'll, you know, if I'm drinking, I'll mouth off to people. But that's what X is. You go there to mouth off. You know, you go to Discord to drink, and you go to X to take it out on people. And Facebook is for family and friends. And lots of politics. I joined Blue Sky to promote the video game I made, but that's on the back burner. I want to focus as much as I can on the fundraiser, since it's only, you know, 3 days away, and I'm not entirely 100% prepared. Excuse me. I'm going to be burping a lot too. Ooh. Gatorade makes me burp. Everything makes me burp. Yesterday during my dumbbell workout, 2 or 3 very loud, audible farts. And they fucking stunk. Back to the fundraiser. I set the goal at $1,000, you know, just in case. But I would love to just raise an enormous amount of money for them. Rainbow Railroad isn't, you know, just in the United States, they're around the world. So they're getting people out of places like, you know, Middle East, Africa, you know, Asia, South. I don't think South America is, yeah, Brazil, they go apeshit over there. Southeast Asia, I mean, Thailand's very mellow about it, but Neighboring countries might not be. But they're around the world. They're like Red Cross. If the treadmill doesn't go belly up Saturday, or, I want to keep doing this every month. And in May, if I don't just do Rainbow Railroad again, I want to see if there's a fund or charity focused on what's going on in Kansas. So yeah. If not, I'll just do Rainbow Railroad again, and then again in June, either Rainbow Railroad or the Trevor Project. See, the thing is, like July and August, I want to dedicate to animals, so I think July will be, what do you call it, local charities, try to bundle them up, or find one that can, make the best use of the money. And then for August, do something more, like ASPCA, which I guess is like just in the United States, World Wildlife Fund, something like that, who knows. There's that, what do you call it? There's a really, Stefan Milo is an anthropologist, and I think an archaeologist too. He's got a channel on YouTube, and there's a charity he talks about. Maybe I can get in touch with them. Maybe that'll be August or September or something. October and December, I want to be National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And November, I want to be some veteran charity. The military-industrial complex isn't taking care of them, so working-class citizens have to. I'm gonna send a message to Moby and Dave Davies from the Kinks, because Moby said that the song Lola by the Kinks came out in 1970 was transphobic. And Dave Davies says, no, it's not at all. If anything, it's a glowing tribute to trans women. They're both right and wrong. There's a line. All right. Some people will say trans women are women. They're trans women. Others will say, no, they're men. So the opinion that trans women are men is considered transphobic, at least by the trans people. And in the song Lola, I think that's the pre-chorus. I'm not the world's most passionate man, but I know what I am. I'm a man, and so is Lola. So in that regard, you can call it transphobic, but I forgot who wrote it. If it was Dave Davies or Ray Davies. But the song isn't from the first person perspective. The song is about, I think, one of their producers, written from his standpoint. Now, if you don't know the lore, then yeah, it sounds transphobic. But the thing is, though, there was a party, a record exec party, and there was a trans woman there. And the executive was like an older, you know, the type of guy who like maybe lets loose like once or twice a year, you know, at these parties. He's dancing away with this trans woman, either unaware or uncaring. But that's what the song's about. And in that regard, it sounds like a very sweet, you know, it is. It's actually a very sweet song. So they're both right and not both wrong. Now, in 1970, you know, it wouldn't be part of like someone like me, a working class guy, wouldn't know that. But this is the age of the internet, and now everyone knows everything, or at least has access to it to some degree. And I'm trying to like see, despite the way I dress, and long hair and the nails and shit. I mean, I've said it before. If trans is on a spectrum, I'm definitely on it, but I see myself as male. You know, I'm a man. Not in the eyes of some other men, but I know a lot of, you know, big guys who, you know, strong, get in fights, listen to Kid Rock, but they treat me very respectfully, so. But that's my experience, that's not everyone else's experience. And I think as people go across that spectrum to the other side is when the respect and the decency ends. And that really, 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 really makes me sad, because I've known some trans women, never met any trans men. Never. You know? But I got to know 3 trans women rather well. This was before social media. The thing is, though, I worked at a porn shop. I worked behind the counter, bringing up lap dances and shit. And there were 3 trans women who worked there. And they tended to hang out like right next to the desk I was behind. And most of the girls were really nice. You know, respectful, funny. But these 3 trans women, I just got along with really well. And MySpace came up, and one of them, you know, we became friends on there. And I pissed her off. Now she doesn't want to hear from me anymore. And it's not because I said something about trans people, but I said something about black stereotypes that I guess just pissed her off. But I was feeling a little shit on myself, so I kind of lashed out. Regret it. I miss her. She was a good person. Very, very stylish. She reminded me of like everything I loved from about 70s glamour, you know. And the 2 others, one of them I think was teasing me about, she would call me, oh, you're my boyfriend, you're my boyfriend. And, it didn't bother me at all. But I would think about it. And everything else about her, I was very, very, very strongly attracted to. Just that one part. And that was the thing, if I couldn't have a sincere, intimate relationship with her, and this is something that comes up later on in my life, was with this therapist. Horrible, horrible fucking person. New York stereotype. Hideous, hideous bitch. I told her, I feel, a strong attraction to a lot of trans women, but, I wouldn't be able to follow through. Friendship, partying, shit like that. Going up to 4.6, this is going to be rough. 20 minutes. See how I do with the babble. Anyway, when I told her that, what she said to me was, well, she could do things for you. Fuck. The fuck kind of person are you? I don't know if I could keep this up for an hour. Minutes. I think so. I think I could do this for 20 minutes. An hour? I might lower it to 4.5. 4.4 is very doable. And if you make me do 4.5 for an hour, I can do it. 4.6, there's that threshold. It feels doable though. Also, I had like 7 or 8 beers last night. I think 8, yeah. I forgot what time I went to bed. I think it was about midnight. Fuck. Yeah, so I drank like 8 beers in 3 hours, so that'll... See, it's not so much how many beers you have, it's how quickly you drink them. And if you're slamming them, that's why I don't really slam them. I'll drink them quick, but I don't take the whole thing down in one gulp. Actually, I can't do that. I can't open my throat like that. I got winded at 21 miles, but I was on a 4% grade. So on a 2% grade. You see, I haven't really had the time to put into another, 6 or 7 hour session on the treadmill. So, my endurance at different speeds, it's still kind of a mystery, so we're going to find out Saturday. And it would suck if I don't raise a single dollar. That would suck. I mean, I'm going to kick in at least like $50. So it'll be at least $50. But I think if I send the links to Rainbow Railroad, they'll promote it themselves. So I'll get some people there. It's probably people who would have donated to Rainbow Railroad anywhere else. You know, the idea of a outsider doing a fundraiser is to bring in outside donations from outside your community. Shit. So that was 5 minutes. Almost. Can I do that 3 more times? Can I keep my fucking mouth shut? My lip is salty. Like pretzels. Whoa. My feet were dragging a little bit just now. My legs feel like fucking iron though. I used to do this at Planet Fitness. Really, really nice people there. The staff were really, really nice. They asked me what I was training for. And I just told them, you know, I'm for my health, you know. It looks like I'm storming off to give someone a good talking to. I just don't know how I could word that. You listen to me. I'm also thinking of Malcolm in the Middle. When Hal was doing the speed walking. Oh, that was great. And they're getting back together to renew the show. I'm really... If they had to do it without Bryan Cranston, that would have, you know... Hal is like my favorite TV sitcom character of all. Like, none of them come close. He was absurd. Absolutely absurd. And one of the things I loved about him, the character, was just like how devoted to his wife he was. Like he only had eyes for her. And the wife. She was awesome too. That whole cast, they were just so good. About halfway through this section. I could do this for another 10 minutes. For an hour. If someone decided to boost my speed up to 4.6. "12 times in 1 hour. Could I do it?" Might wind me, might kill me for the next hour if I had to do it for 2 hours, you know. There's a 3-minute cool off at the end of that hour, 6-minute rest, and a 3-minute warm up to 4 miles an hour again. So, and this is a 4% grade. I'm going to be on a 2% grade. My legs feel good though. Last night around 11 or 12. Actually, it may have been later. Yeah, I think I was up a little late last night. Got up at 7:30. But yeah, I think I may have gone to bed like around 2. But I had 2 cans of sardines and a can of tuna, or maybe 2 cans of tuna, but with bread. So I gained 5 pounds yesterday. And I think it was all from that. It was so late at night. But I'll burn it off today. Tonight, you know, when I go into work. Tomorrow I'll be doing the upper body dumbbell workout instead of the lunges. I want to keep my legs well rested until Saturday. Saturday I'm going to burn calories. Probably somewhere over 10. Maybe more like about 6,000 or 7,000 calories I'll burn Saturday. Now, I don't think that's going to translate to dietary calories. I think that's just as a unit of energy. Be calculated out to watts. This treadmill doesn't do that. Footfalls are landing a bit heavier now. Again, this is a 4% grade. And 5 minutes left of this. Actually, less than 5. I want to see what the timer says on this. Because this gives total elapsed time. Yeah. So it's in 62 minutes. So in another minute, I would be going and doing the cool off. So I'd be going from 4 miles an hour, or 4.6 or whatever, down to 3.5 for a minute, then 3 miles an hour for a minute, and then 2.5 for a minute, and then 6-minute rest. And on the way to the next hour, there's a 3-minute warm-up, which is just the inverse of that. I really wish the walking deck on this was a little longer, like another foot. Otherwise, this is a fantastic, excellent treadmill. And there's a funny story behind it that I've told many times, but I'll tell it again in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Now I wonder if in a few months, because I've been maxing out at 4.4 miles an hour, and now I'm doing 4.6. So I'm wondering if I keep this up, if I'll be able to go up to like 4.8, by say like midsummer or the fall perhaps. And would that mean I would eventually be able to go up to 5 miles an hour? Which is like thrilling. But yeah, I would be doing the cool off by now. Whoa. I can walk and chew gum, but I can't walk and look at my watch. Miles. That makes sense though. I'm just gonna keep checking that. I want to slow down. Oof. Less than half a minute. Although I do feel like I could finish the workout at this speed. I'm not going to though. 10,000 steps. All right, there you go. Back down to 4.3. Gonna do that for 15 minutes. And then I'll go down to 4.0 for the last 10 minutes before the cool off. Anyway, funny story behind the treadmill. I really want one because from like September till December, well, September till like early January, I didn't have time for the gym anymore, and I was feeling it, you know. I'm somebody who likes to do 4, 5, 6 hours of cardio a week, and it was making me batty. So I decided I'm definitely getting a treadmill, but I didn't want, like, my sister has one, but it's a little one, and you know, no incline, and I don't need much incline, but I wanted, you know, like single digit increments. I didn't want, you know, 3, 6, 9, 12. This one here, you know, 1 degree to 12 degrees in single degree increments. So I see this thing, and the price is fluctuating between $325 and $389. So I had the money for it in early January, and I pounced on it the second I saw it for $325. Cost $348 with the tax. Amazon, so free delivery. So I get it, I put it together. The instructions were easy enough, you know. So one day I hear ping. I just got a text message, I don't know what it is. I hear ping, and I figure something fell off the desk. Folding up the treadmill, I see a bolt on the floor. And I check, it's not one of the bolts I put in. Now, I have this insurance policy on everything I buy from Amazon that's electric. It's from a company called Assyrian Tech. And basically, you know, repair or replace. So I call them up and I tell them, you know, I've been trying to get this bolt back in. You know, it's not one I put in, it's, you know, a factory bolt. And my fingers just won't reach, so can you send someone over? I said, no, we'll just refund you. And I was saying, you know, but it still works. Just got to put the bolt back in. But nah. So what do I do with it? Do I send it back? No. So I give it to a friend. Buy a new one and give it to a friend. So I just kept it and spent the money on other shit. So it was cool. I had a $325 credit on Amazon. The thing is, though, if this thing goes belly up, I have to buy another one. But if this thing does go belly up, I'm going to get another one just like it. Except I'm going to go in and tighten up all the factory bolts as well. So yeah, I got this treadmill for $23. Now, I've been paying into Assyrian Tech for like 3.5 years, around there, and it's $18 a month. So the thing is, though, They also, I got it when I got this laptop. It was an expensive laptop. And when the fucking thing went belly up on me, the Syrian tech refunded me. They tried to fix it, they couldn't. MSI Creative Series. It should have been the greatest laptop in the world. You know, I kind of wish I still had it. I got a little inexpensive Lenovo over there behind the monitor. It's nice, it works. You know, it's really all I ask. But the MSI, oh God, that thing was gorgeous. Aluminum chassis, high-res screen, you know, better than HD. Was it touchscreen? I think it was touchscreen. Yeah, the damn thing was touchscreen. But the Amazon, I got it from Amazon, you know. MSI lied on their page. The big headline was, you know, it has an i9. In the fine print it says i7. And it's just, I don't think I'm ever going to buy from MSI ever again. If I didn't have that Assyrian Tech warranty, insurance policy, I'd be fucked right now. I'd have a non-functioning laptop, basically a doorstop. My little Lenovo, I mean, I'm sure I could kill it if I tried, but even with the goofy Windows 11 updates, on my desktop that's Windows 10, and I'm paying for the, what do you call it, extra support. I think you can do that for 2 more years after September or October. But I think I'm going to be doing the move to Linux. You know, cut that umbilical cord. I've been using Microsoft from the very beginning. Got my first computer in 94. 94 or 96? 94. In the fall of 94. It was exciting. It was very, very exciting. For 32 years. Whoa. Almost as long as I smoked. I smoked for 33 years. Quit smoking 12 years ago. That even starts to slip my mind, how long it's been. But it was the best move I ever made. After quitting smoking, it felt like I could do anything. I did go through some like depressive stages since then, but for the most part, once I quit smoking cigarettes, holy shit. I mean, it's not like I accomplished anything, did anything spectacular, but it felt good. So, 5.5 minutes, I'm going down to 4 miles an hour. I should clean the place up. Saturday I'm going to try to have the place cleaned. For the most part, probably won't be. I'll probably just move all this shit into the living room. But I mean, the chair will still be right here. You know, holding my towel. There'll probably be less crap on the desk, but you really can't see the desk because the deck of the treadmill is in the way. The control deck. You can see the keyboard. You can see the microphone. You can see my drink bottle. Yeah. So I don't even really have to worry about that. There's a bunch of crap right there. There's my workout thing. The measuring tape. My old fart pill box. So I remember to take my Wellbutrin. There's an inhaler. One of these guys. Bottle opener, nail cutter, roll of Scotch tape, a little piece of cardboard I used to cover that camera right there, rolling machine, screwdriver, guitar slide, pinky sized, Sharpie, a necklace, a vape, my glasses. Another one of these guys. Some guitar strings. You just can't see it. There's an ashtray. Now I quit smoking cigarettes, so what do I need an ashtray for? See, the funny thing is, I'm not going to be doing this intensity on Saturday for the most part, unless people boost my speed. And if they want to do that, they're going to have to spend money on it, you know. But I'm going to go on Tiltify right after this and, you know, finalize some stuff. Also, I'm going to see if you can get pledge by mile, you know. See, I'm trying to avoid stepping too heavily on the treadmill. I'm more worried about this thing going under the knee. I'm a lot more solid than this thing. Less prone to malfunctions. down to 4 miles an hour for the last 10 minutes before the cool off. Now this feels like nothing compared to 4.6 or even 4.3. I'm soaked of this shirt. I could wring it out. I think I'm going to put it in the garbage bag just because, you know, right now I'm soaked, and the sweat, the salt, I got a hardwood floor. It'll stain it. I know this from experience. In fact, one of these days, don't know when, but I want to get every little thing out of this room and just like scrub the shit out of the floors. The whole thing from corner to corner. Move every little thing out of here. Maybe even do the walls too. I'll repaint them even. I don't know if I really mind the light blue. I just do the same color. You know? Like I was thinking like a warm white, but yeah. I kind of like the blue. I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. Oh boy. Let's see what the elapsed time is. So 85 minutes. So at 66 minutes, I would have begun my rest, my first rest. That would have lasted to the 72-minute mark. The 75-minute mark would have been the start of a new hour block of 4 mile an hour travel nowhere. Yeah, so we'd be about 10 and a half minutes into the second hour. So each hour is going to be like 66 minutes and won't start until 6 minutes after the end of the previous hour. And the rests might run a little long if I have to use the bathroom. I'm going to be changing my clothes. The only physical thing with me I'm worried about is chafing. Otherwise, you know, my legs are solid. My feet are going to hurt, but it's a pain that I like, you know? It's a pain, it's a familiar pain that, you know, kind of gets me nostalgic and shit. Oh, by the way, we crossed the 6 mile mark. These workouts tend to be about 6.5 miles. This one will probably be a little longer. 6.6, 6.7. I went up to 4.6 last workout, but I timed it weird and I only did it for 10 minutes. So I think it was 6.6. By the time you get to the 5-minute cool off. About 3.5 minutes left. Legs feel good. At about 6.2 miles now. So if you do 4 miles an hour, you do a mile in 15 minutes. So a tenth of a mile would be a minute and a half. No. All right. 15 minutes is 300 times 3. That's 900 seconds. 10% of that is 90 seconds, a minute and a half. All right. So this will be up to like 6.45 at the when I hit the start of the cool off. .6 miles an hour for an hour. If somebody, if a real smart ass got in there, but that would be $60 every 5 minutes. So that'd be like $720. I hope they come after me. I really hope they do. Because that's really the only way they can screw me up. I mean, they can, the chat, I mean, who gives a shit about the chat? They can dislike it all they want. Funny thing is, if you dislike it, it's still engagement. All right, so I'm starting to cool off, going down to 3.6 for 90 seconds. Now it's funny. The warm-up, I'm awkward. I'm having trouble, getting the pace right and shit. With the cool-off, I just fall right into it. And it probably seems obvious it's easier to slow down than it is to speed up. I'm going to be pounding caffeine. But I'm not going to take it 400 milligrams at a time. I'm going to take it 200. Probably like every 2 hours. I'll kick it off with 400 at about 11 a.m. And that'll be hitting the peak by noon. Going down to 3.2 for a minute and a half. And then like 3 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock, and then like 7 o'clock, depending on how late it goes. If I don't chafe, if the treadmill doesn't malfunction, I could see myself going for 8 hours. I was a laborer. This is what I did, Pick shit up over there and put it over there. Walk from there to there with some shit on your shoulder. Building materials or tools or some shit. And I'll tell you, I moved a hell of a lot faster than this. The only thing I don't like about this treadmill, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to lower the deck because I can't swing my arms. I have to keep them up like this. I can't lower my arms much, but if I lower the deck, because then you're going to be able to see all the shit on my desk. All right, going down to 2.8 for a minute. And then 2.4 for a minute. Barely touched this. Oh. And it's funny, normally I'll eat something either before or after the treadmill. I pigged out so much last night, I'm not even like a little bit hungry. I put on 5 pounds yesterday. Normally when I drink, I don't eat a lot. And I didn't drink a lot last night. I said I only had 8 beers. Right before I went to bed, I ate. I pigged out enough to gain 5 pounds. But I'm sure I'm going to lose a lot more than 5 pounds on Saturday. I got to find some kind of something to eat, while I'm on the treadmill or in between sessions. coming to a close. And there you go. All right. That creaking you hear is the poor little treadmill going back down. Oh. All right. The link to the Tiltify page and the upcoming fundraiser are in the description, and I really hope you can make it. Anyway, many blessings and many thanks. I'll be back tomorrow with my upper body workout, where I'll be promoting a fundraiser, and I hope to see you then. Until then, take care and best wishes to you and all you love. Good health, good fortune, and lasting happiness.